I continue. I charge through the virgin forest. What? There's no trace of people coming through here. Odd phrasing? Why did I choose this path? Because I saw a couple of bare rocks? When I was young, I tried to step only on the white parts of a crosswalk for no reason. I remember that. If I hopped from rock to rock, I wouldn't leave many footprints. After walking for 5 more minutes, I suddenly find a tree that got cut down. This tree was broken by sheer force. Even for someone who can flip a car with one hand, there's no way to break a tree this big just by pushing it. A cutter type could easily do this with a sword, but they'd leave a clean cut. Only a large familiar could have done this. There's another corpse next to the tree. One of the scouts. Another of Mikane's teammates. His death seems much cleaner. The top half of his body is missing. No, well, you know what? Smell of blood makes me real. I resisted and analyzed the situation. You know, after seeing like 2 people dead like this, I probably would just turn around. Not worth it. Like if at least I was like Nishikojo or something. If the recon team got attacked, that makes this an emergency. But I have to consider the possibility that Mikane's team picked a fight with the summoners. The stronger the superhuman, the bigger their ego. Yeah, and the fucking gruesomer the death. If they weren't confident, they'd be useless. It does feel like our organization is willing to tolerate some insubordination. It shouldn't! Mikane's team tried to hunt and take down something exceptionally huge. Because what good to the fucking team are you if you get yourself killed? That's why this is a fucking awful organization, an awful military group, even at that. Because you can't just have people doing whatever the fuck they want on their own. Like, that's just bad. It doesn't work. That's definitely not good. If they lost contact with the recon team, they should be switching to the emergency backup plan. I would try to warn HQ, but there's no way to get a wireless transmission through this dense forest, so you turn out, wire to them. Why do you jump up? I hit myself. I climb up a nearby tree. There should be an early warning balloon nearby. If I'm high enough, nothing will block my transmission. Might be able to contact HQ if I can get a signal to the balloon. Unless it's been popped. It doesn't work. Something must be jamming me. What happened to Guy having no military training? Yeah, that's how it works. You all are just that fucking incompetent, okay? Let's be real. I wish I had more experience. Then a single bird flies up through the trees. A large bird, like an eagle. There are several coil-shaped things sticking out of its head. The bird rushes toward me. Seems to be covered in static electricity. I get the feeling it's going to release a charge of some kind. I'm just gonna let it hit me. It dive bombs me. I deliberately fall and grab onto a lower branch. Its enlarged talon sliced through the branch I was just on. I quickly reach up and smack the base of its wings. I feel an impact. As the bird flops around trying to regain lift, I grab onto it. It can't hold up an entire human. We fall to the ground. To keep it from taking off again, I pull desperately on its wings. They tear off. Oh, Jesus. Oh, fuck! I throw them aside and crush its head underneath my foot. I can feel it cracking. Either its skull or those springs. The familiar returns to dust. Eat shit and die. Once I'm sure it's gone, my muscles relax. Yeah, it's fucking gone alright. Combat wears out more than just the physical body. Well, yeah, it's a mental strain. One down, something worth reporting later. Maybe it'll help me. I'm still worried about Akane. I give up on calling HQ and start the search again. After 20 more minutes, I hear intimidating noises. Someone's fighting. I head towards the sounds. I find a larger familiar than anything I've ever seen before. Hey, Earth Dragon. My legs are shaking. I don't want to approach it. I don't either. My instincts tell me to run. You probably should. This is a creature that humans have never hunted, even though we're at the peak of the food chain. So our hunting instincts tell us nothing about how to hunt it. Yeah, so we should leave. An enormous jaw with rows of sharp teeth. I remember the first corpse I saw. The bark nearby had so much blood on it, it's starting to drip down. Fuck. The dragon swings its tail. It just barely hits someone as they jump, and they're fucking gone. That person's body is blown apart and his blood is scattered across the area. Yes. It's just far too powerful. Far beyond us. It can fatally wound us by brushing against us and blow us to pieces with a little slap. A simple and clear gap of power. Being that large yet agile makes it more potent than any superpower. Yeah, the good thing is that it just like fucking kills everyone who uses it. There are a number of bodies here already. 5 or 6. The dragon runs. The movements of its tremendous jaw have none of the sluggishness you'd expect of its size. Someone jumps back before it bites them. A sharp, quick jump. I know one guy who can move like that. He throws a large object in his hand toward the familiar. An L-shaped hunk of meat melting into the night. It's Mikuni. Boomerangs were his specialty. Yeah, and a hunk of metal, not meat. You know what's not going to matter? Him. In like 8 seconds. Because you know what a fucking great equalizer is? Death. That large metal one weighs dozens of kilograms, and no human can withstand a hit from it. This thing's going to fucking brush it off. The dragon leans to one side, evading it completely. But the boomerang, as if it expected that, rises up over the dragon's head. It twists around in midair and rushes straight down. A wonderfully precise attack. The fins along the boomerang produce countless dead zones in the air, behind as it flies. Mikuni has the superhuman ability to use those to produce lift whenever he wants. On top of his deep understanding of aerodynamics, he has incredible technique and strength. An almost inhuman skill. That doesn't matter. That's his specialty. Because of those fins, the boomerang's initial speed isn't that great. In exchange, he can send it along any desired trajectory. Once it's high in the air, it can make up for the lost speed by simply falling. Like you just did. The dragon senses the impending attack and leaps back. Despite its size, it's as nimble as an antelope. Just before the boomerang crashes into the ground, it regains lift and rushes along the ground like a hoverboard. It returns to its owners with a slow and graceful glide. Yeah, and he can't even fucking touch this thing. It's the same principle as throwing a curveball, but with far greater precision. I don't think, a lot greater. Mikuni picks the boomerang up and hides behind a tree. And that tree's not gonna help! Given his talents, he's better off keeping his distance. The dragon follows. Without disturbing a single leaf, okay, not that quietly. But so close it feels like it's sneaking. It reminds me of a martial arts master. The summoners behind this thing must be insanely good. You can't do shit. But my power is useless. It's not useless, you just can't do anything against this thing, though. I don't think I can do anything to disrupt that familiar. I don't think anyone by themselves can do it. The boomerang meanders through the trees, like realistically speaking. The dragon takes a huge big detour. But the moment it passes by the dragon's head, the boomerang's path changes. Turns to almost 90 degrees, as if magnetically attracted to the familiar. When the dragon moves, it disturbs the air. By predicting those disturbances, it's possible to make the boomerang seemingly home in on the target. That should have enough to surprise the familiar. But the dragon just tilts its head to one side and catches the metal boomerang in its teeth. The weapon warps like caramel in its mouth. It takes another couple bites, warping it further. I'm fucking hungry. Then it twists its whole body from its head to the tip of its tail, gathering up all its strength. Throws the boomerang back. Shit! The boomerang spins through the forest with the horsepower of industrial machinery. Not a single tree slows it down in the slightest. It disappears into the darkness. In the distance, I can hear a scream combined with the dull wet noise. Oh, God! The forest is silent again. Who got fucking hit with a boomerang? Oh, that one does. It doesn't look as scary like right there. The dragon simply walks away. I don't want to go, but I have to. I should at least find out what happened. I head for where Mikuni was hiding. Oh, did he get fucking yoinked on by a boomerang? I check it with my own eyes. His body is no longer human-shaped. Oh yeah, he did. The boomerang not only tore him apart, but threw his pieces in every direction. I callously think this would probably happen to anyone if such a thing hit him.
こんな強いやつでも
Yeah.
あっさりとしたもんだ
Shit sucks, brother. Suddenly the urge to vomit I've been holding back assaults me again. Everything comes out. If I keep fighting, I'll die eventually. Even geniuses die. They die the moment they make one misstep. Yeah, and his misstep was thinking he can handle this. Can anyone go their entire lives without a single misstep? Nope, it's just calculating when you can make that misstep and when you can't. And sometimes you're not lucky in being able to choose when that misstep happens. No. I've been making nothing but mistakes from the beginning. Everyone dies, suddenly, seemingly, for no reason. Mikuni died. Esko will die too. And I'm easier to kill than anyone else here. No. Kane's here. She's the hardest to kill. There's someone weaker than me. With that alone as my motivation, I stand up shaking. Rude to D. I pick a random direction. I desperately look at my feet as I walk. Suddenly I find small footprints. They're farther apart now. She must have started running. There's plenty of reasons for her to be afraid. Akane was rushing through the forest in various directions. Eventually she arrived at the base of a tree that could be easily climbed. That's where the footprints end. Which means... Now look out. Akane! She's very high up. She happened to pick a tree with a lot of footholds, so she was able to climb almost all the way to the top. She's clinging to the trunk and shaking so much I can see it from down
降り
here.
られなくなってるなあれ
In fact, she looks like she might fall off at any moment. What do I do? Get her? Akane's panicking right now. Trying to get up there will only scare her. This might be the safest way to keep her from getting hurt. I am a superhuman after all. I should be able to do
た
this.
だどうやって落とそう
That's the problem. As I think, something ferocious comes up behind me. Ah, god damn it. My body reacts faster than my mind. I roll to the right without looking. Hot breath passes over the back of my
魔物
neck. The black shadow continues forward, colliding with the tree trunk. The tree shakes. Kane is thrown into the air. Her body is torn off the tree without even a scream. I have to catch her. The familiar shakes its head and comes toward me. Can I keep it away while catching her? No. If I don't start running, I'll die. Kick it. But if I run, Akane will die. Either way, someone dies. My brain produces a stream of errors.
嘘だろ
I'm rolling zeros. The dog leaps toward me. Fucking punch it. Kane slowly falls. Everything feels like slow motion. Fucking spike it into the ground, then catch her.
効率を
Superhumans always try to do things as efficiently as possible. Mikuni's boomerang throws are a perfect example. Or I should be able to do similar calculations here. I can search through the possibilities made by combining several little movements, as long as I can measure them precisely. It's not easy to see the right answer among limitless possibilities. Look, that thing's closer to you than she is to you. She'll take longer to fall than that thing will to take to jump to you. No matter how small the chances of success are, I have to pick one. Collections of fine movements, candidates for successful strategies. I desire them in this instant. Oh my god.
口運頼む
With desperation, I resign myself to carrying out the plan. The dog approaches me. I throw myself backwards. The dog's fangs graze my nose. As I fall back, I grab its fur, move one leg up into its stomach, and proceed to throw it back over my head with both of our momentum. I can see Akane falling above me. During that scuffle, the hound's claws and fangs tore up part of my arm. But not that deeply. The hound spins around and comes back toward me. I harden my blood into an icicle and hold it up in front of me. Pressure. The force of the hound bearing down on me. I jam my blood spear into its wide open mouth, using his momentum against him. I make my blood break apart and roll to one side. I stand up and catch a small body at just the right time.
やった。
Easy. Kane fainted. I finally noticed how much I've been sweating. Holy shit. That actually worked! I lie her down against the tree. The hound is still grumbling behind me, even after I stabbed it through the head. How? I strangle it. The pack of muscles in my arms fights back. But I'm using all my strength too. I pull my whole body to the side to twist its neck further. After a whole minute of grappling, I finally break the hound's neck. Jesus! The familiar goes limp.
勝った。
That's my limit. I lie on the ground. I'm so exhausted my arms are numb. The hound starts turning to dust.
これからどうする？
Pick her up and start walking out of here. I'm still worried about Amamiya and Nishikojo, but getting Akane out of here comes first. I pick up the girl and look around. No sign of danger. But my heart is still pounding. My body is tense, but my mind isn't feeling that at all. I shouldn't go. I shouldn't go near strange things. That's the key to living longer. Especially now that Akane's here, I should avoid unnecessary danger. No! But it draws me in. Powerfully. Fucking key! No! Go away! That's foolish. Curiosity will kill me. But apparently I can't disobey it. I carefully move toward it one step at a time. I feel both the thrill of soaring up into the air and the terror of falling off a cliff. I move between trees and push through the grass. The greenery is extra thick here. The growth is abnormal. The vegetation is so thick here it feels slimy.
あれ？
Ugh.
これ
Something connects in my memory. Before I remember what it is, my eyes open. Green light rushes in.
そうだったな。
Oh, that's right. That thing's gonna kill me. Now I remember. The tail of the bamboo cutter. He was hunting monsters and found a flower bud in some bamboo. He touched it and grew into a flower, in the shape of a human. A girl stands there with a halo of light at her back, almost transparent. A visible miracle. A familiar born from the earth. No, all familiars are merely imitations of her. This is the original. Light continues gushing out behind her. Kill her! Looks like a geyser. I had no idea such a thing existed. The membrane connecting the girl's wrists like a chain flutters through the air like a veil. I can't move. My eyes are drawn to her, and my soul is being yanked out. It's not beautiful or cute or anything like that. It's like a primeval religious feeling. Primeval? Capable of capture or destroy the key. Destroy. My mind shouts at me. I am actually shouting that. Eska's face flickers. As party guardian, I have to.
排除。
Fucking pull out the gun. To tap her. I am a hunter after all. Destroy it. I have to destroy it. Fuck off. I approach the key with malice. The girl's eyes pierce through me. The membrane twists around me, as if a sudden gust of wind blew it. Oh, well, wrong choice. The next moment, my right arm lands on the ground. Oh, fuck, I needed that. Not just my arm. A huge amount of blood pours out from my head and chest. I faint almost instantly. I can't even tell how it attacked me. At one point, I briefly regain consciousness. In my hazy vision, a small shadow wavers. I recognize its hairstyle. Kotori? Kotori? I lose consciousness again. I wake up years later. Wait, what the fuck? What happened to my arm? They tell me I've been sleeping in this hospital room for years. My body is wasted away and it's covered in bed sores, so I suffer from that for quite a while. My memories become vague because of my head wound. But the doctors say my head wasn't injured. That's not true. You're lying. I was trying to do something important, but I can't remember what. The confusion continues. Few people come to visit me. My parents and Kotori. And a few relatives I can't even remember the names of. My parents and other relatives argue a lot. I hope my other relatives are saying my parents are dumb fucks. I couldn't hear what it was about, but I feel like they were blaming me for something. Your parents were, because they're fucking assholes. One time, some people I didn't know at all come visit me. I think it was at night. I remember being surprised that they allowed visitors that late. They asked me a number of questions. I answered as best I could. Some I couldn't answer at all. For some reason, I felt like I couldn't talk about certain things. So I didn't say anything about my weak little superpower. They talked in a low voice. They gave me strange injections. Several of them. One after another. And then, before long, my fucking brain went to mush. My mind slowly melts away. They fucking drug the shit out of him so he'd fucking never come back. But who? Like, it could be either Gaia or Guardian. Unironically. I spend my life normally. The Tennoji house has changed a little. My parents spend almost all their time at work, so I practically live here alone. It's an easy life, but it always feels cold in this house. I do think there's some affection here, though. As my middle school graduation approaches, whoa, I have to decide what high school to apply to. Whoa, what the? This dude, how? My parents visit a number of schools and talk to the principals there. Okay, that's what I don't get. How is he just, like, all of those years that passed, like, just not anything change? Like, how? They said it was for my sake. Was it the fucking brain drugs? Was it the key? They get me into a nice high school, but I don't do very well and I don't make many friends. But my childhood friend, Kanbei Kotori, stays with me the whole time, so I'm never sad. Yeah, childhood friend. And well, a lot happened. Eventually I started thinking a lot. I realized I can't keep doing this. Humans need to enjoy their lives. Bright and cheerful, broad and shallow. So I set an objective for myself. I decided to put all my energy into doing things I won't be able to do in the future. Yes. I think I'm going to make a serious effort to enjoy my youth to the fullest. Holy fuck. What? Yo, what the fuck? Well, let's not do what I just did, and let's actually just listen to the game. I can't destroy it, even if it wants to destroy the world. I mustn't do that. This is something sacred. Something human hands must not touch. It's so bright my eyes hurt. Her eyes never blink. I can't see anything like intelligence within them. That's why she's divine. Intelligence is an impurity. People approach imperfection the longer they live. Divinity is innocence. I reach out, even though touching her might kill me, even though my life might come apart. I reach out anyway, and she fucking kills me. Because I know there's something very precious there. I finished my report, standing next to the table where Eska and instructor Shimizu are sitting. Why would I lie? He was really good. I wasn't expecting that. So they did still have the Earth Dragon. Well, maybe you guys are just stupid still. It's gonna get tough if that thing starts following us everywhere. It's not gonna go everywhere. It's like a complete waste of their manpower. They're not like you guys. The younger they are, the more likely they'll ignore orders and pick fights. If you tell everyone not to fight, they'll all start running in. Haha. Then we have a pile of bodies to clean up. It's no laughing matter. This cannot be blamed on anyone but me. Well, this is what happens when you let them run wild with so little experience. Yeah, literally. There was no other option. We needed everything we had for this. Sure. I wanted to give them more experience too, but there was no time to do that before the Harvest Festival. You have no other units at all. What about the overseas training?
日本人は国を出たがらん。紛争の一つも体験せず、甘さは拭えんというのだが。
Okay. Really? Really? So, we're in a life and death battle here. You guys are basically soldiers. There's an option for overseas training to get more experience. We only take volunteers for that. Most people don't want to leave. Bitch, you don't get a choice. Well, Asuka, I don't think our greenhorns could handle that sort of thing.
俺もう
Like,
いい
it's
ですか
either you go across the country or go to a different place, get some experience, come back and fight an Earth Dragon. Or you just fight an Earth Dragon, straight up.
まあ、ご苦労だった。下がってよい。あ、いや、待て。
はい。
貴様が目撃した大型魔物の付近で不審な点は見受けられなかったかね。
Define unfamiliar for me.
どのような。
例えば、やけに魔物の数が多い魔物使いの姿を見た、植物の異常成長が確認されたなどだ。
報告通りネジ巻き鳥とハウンドとは接触しましたけど。
それ以外にはないか。
No.
はい。特には。
そうか。わかった。下がっていい。
Nothing like lying to higher command.
失礼します。
That reminds me, did you guys ever read the Wind Up Bird Chronicle? Oh, yeah. I did lie to them about two things. Akane and the girl. I hope I don't regret those small betrayals. Small? That's all I can say for now. Small.
すんげえ叱られた。
I wonder why! Such a dumb fuck.
教官に貼られた。
Both of them are sad when we meet up in a nearby cafe. I didn't get yelled at. Apparently they got punishment for leaving their post. Yeah, no shit.
そっちは
No, they loved me. I got a promotion. See, that would be funny.
ああ、殴られた。
Why
江
lie?
坂さんたちに。
それもきついね。
I lied again. Why? There's literally no point. They didn't do anything to me.
まさか天王寺が2キルだとはな。
そっちは魔物とは遭遇しなかったのか。
偵察用の鳥は見つけて落としたけど、子孫じて逃げられた。
How?
ミクニッチも死んじまうとはな。はあ、あんな強くても死んじまうんだな。無情すぎんだろう。
Oh, it makes a lot of sense when you see what he was fighting. Maya seems almost shocked by the news. Here's your Genoa-style supersized lasagna with extra basil.
来た来た。かあ、ニヤニヤしちゃうぜ。
He begins devouring it. What happened to being in shock? I don't get this dude, okay? Not gonna lie. It's just weird. I ordered unlimited drinks and asked for a nice coffee first. Like, oh my god, I can't believe that these people died. Oh, hey, look, food. I don't know. It's just weird.
ねえ、あんたハウンド倒したってマジ？
Yeah, pretty simple.
まあ、なんとか。
どうやって？
揉み合いになって首ひねって。
Yeah, I fucking submitted it.
プロレスで
No. I nod. I don't know any pro wrestler that fucking kills people.
裸締め。
バトルってより首に殺したって感じじゃん。
Okay.
命がけでそんな余裕あるか。
意外とそれが本質なのかもね。
江坂さんだったら綺麗に片付けると思うけど。
そりゃそうだろう。平均的な超人は犬に勝てるんだってよ。
Yo, then why couldn't you, bitch? Yeah, that's what I thought. Shut the fuck up. Nishikojo gazes at her hands.
当てることはできるんだけど、それで無力化できないから。
だから手裏剣とか投げろよ。かっちょいいべ。
軽い刃が刺さったくらいじゃ魔物は止められない。まだまだ全然ダメなんだ。
I have to throw it faster and harder.
結局鍵って見つかったわけ？
Oh, yeah.
ダメだったって。
祭りが終わったらもう作戦は終わりか。
今動くと目立つから経験者しか動かさないってさ。
そもそも鍵ってのが何かさえ俺ら分かってない
You
けどね。
literally don't get anything.
このままじゃ天王寺がリーダーに変更ってことも。
Yeah, I should be.
おう天王寺っち 仲良くすっか今からでも。早速パン買ってきてくれよボス。
Oh, no. I'm the boss. You have to do what I say. Now go give me some fucking bread, bitch.
あのな、
Though I do feel better now that I know the operation's over. They both seem to be blowing off a lot of steam too.
試験で赤点取ったって騒いでるやつみてえだな。
来年も収穫祭が来れば使ってもらえるだろうけど、こんなんで出世できるのかな。
経験値ためねえと。
How about you actually follow orders and then you won't get yelled at? I mean, it's pretty fucking simple.
天の寺はどうするの？
Like, you had orders, you didn't follow them.
このチームで動くんじゃないのか。
3人とも素人じゃん。機能しねえよ。
Oh, thank God. I cannot stand being next to you.
今回みたいのは特別だべ。
それぞれ別の土地で仕事することになるんじゃないかな。
As long as I'm with her, though, that would be fun.
俺らが江坂さんたちみてえに経験積みゃ別だろうけどな。ま、当面は研修だろう。俺はそれでいいっす。
俺はどうするかな。
I can't imagine myself trying to gain prestige in the organization like these two. In fact, I feel like I'd rather be a grunt forever. Why do I feel that way?
罪悪感だろ。
Probably, well, that and you don't want to stand out that much. I want to punish
What are you-
myself.
俺ちょっと用事。
Like, it just goes back to when you were in high school or middle school, I guess. You didn't want to stand out at all, anyways. So why would that be any different in this organization? I'll leave some money on the table.
一杯しか飲んでないじゃない。
ドリンクバーの意味がねえ。どこ行くんだよ。反省会だぞ一応。
修行。
かっこええ。さすが勇者は言っちゃダメなんだっけ。さすがブレイバー。
お前英語できなさそうだな。
I say goodbye and head into the forest.